Yep. I'm live. This might be a little impulsive. Is this a bad idea? Most likely. Let's do it. Okay, so themes for the week. Life isn't fair, nor does it have to be. And not solving the problem is solving the problem. Well, sort of. Like choosing to not dwell on the problem and to keep trying to solve the problem solves the problem, because not all your problems are going to be stuff that you can figure out. It's just life. Because life isn't fair, nor does it have to be. Story of my, you guessed it, life. I, this weekend, had a wonderful time. Whoa, I touched the table and everything started shaking. Do I have superpowers? Is this magic? Probably not. This weekend, was a little impulsive, hence the video. I decided that a couple weeks ago, wanted to do something special for myself, and I rented a car and got an Airbnb, and I drove up to Washington, D.C. And oh yeah, guys, I got a tattoo. If you didn't know that, I got a tattoo. Talk about that another time. I just spent the weekend living with a foreign guy who was really hospitable and really very cool. And I mean, legitimately, like it was an experience. It kind of reminded me of living in the Middle East that one summer. Super friendly, a very thick accent. He knew the city really well, but stayed in this little pocket of ghetto in the middle of DC, and it was actually really interesting. It was very restful sleep, even though it was interrupted with a lot of honking and people yelling in languages I don't recognize. And I got to wander around the city all weekend taking pictures. Like I got a lot of pictures, monuments, people, and just really cool architecture, all this stuff, just everywhere, really cool. There was just beauty everywhere. And there's also a lot of hideousness because DC, like there's that mindset of power and strength. And so they got these buildings that are like bland, but they're like huge blocks of still and like cement and just there. And they're really eyesores, but they give you that sense of intimidation that Washington's really going for these days. But I got to go around, and it was just this weekend of exploration of, physically going around taking pictures, and emotionally and mentally and spiritually wandering through and just being like, God, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of my job, not really pleased with anything. I mean, I'm doing school. I'm in a master's program for general psychology because I like psychology and I like people and I like helping people, but I don't really feel like I'm helping people. And anytime I try, I feel like it's just not going well. And I'm jumping into this photography thing and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And it's really bringing out my creative side and bringing out all this expressive energy that I have. But I feel lost. And and today I got to spend time with a friend of mine and express to her that like, this is my life right now. I don't really know what I'm doing. And nothing's really making sense. Nothing's fair. I'm getting the bad thing with the good thing, and it's just coming through left and right. And eh, I'm just doing it. I'm just here. I'm just walking through life, trying to capture beauty in every little facet that I can. Just like I was wandering through the city this weekend. I would just look and see if I found something. And when I found something that caught my interest, it caught my eye, I went and took pictures of it. And I went and tried to look at it from different angles and different lighting, and I got some really awesome pictures. They were really cool, and I saw these statues. I'm like, wow, well, this looks like Emperor Palpatine. And I just sitting here in the middle of DC, like we got a Sith Lord sitting here. I'm going to get pictures of the Sith Lord, and I know it's not the Sith Lord, but you get what I'm saying. That's my life right now. I am wandering through this intimidating, massive blah, trying to find beauty, trying to find every minuscule piece of light and life and Sith Lords that are just sitting around the corner. And I'm doing it. Am I rich? No. Do I have, I have a place to sleep and I have food. Uh, well, this week it's going to be ramen because I just spent my budget on DC. But no, like I think this is probably the best way I could be living right now. Even though, like, sure, I'd like to have money. I'd like to have a car that doesn't start shaking violently at 50 miles per hour. Like, that'd be nice. But all these hardships, all these difficulties, all this bad crap that keeps happening to me is really proven to be for my benefit. And yeah, like even like this weekend, I experienced uh, pain and hurt uh, from what felt like rejection and just people that I care about just being cold and distant, and me feeling like I need to do something and not being able to. And that's where me and my friend were talking about it today, just saying, like, sometimes the best solution is to not look for one. There is no solution. The problem is fixed by me letting go of the problem and realizing that, you know what? This isn't necessarily a reflection of me. It might feel like a reflection of me, but it's not. And I'm also thankful that I got to talk to my friend Kale today as I was driving back from DC, because he was extremely helpful in this whole processing of, you know, life and emotion, and making the connection between the two, that, no, it's not fair. No, it doesn't have to be, but that doesn't mean it can't be good. And that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy every moment of it. And I'm just, whoa, focused. Um, I'm just an amateur photographer who's also a barista and former residential manager who was just walking through life, just doing his best to try and love people and uh, keep his sanity along the way. So, um, yeah, I don't know. A few of my thoughts. If you have some thoughts, please share those thoughts because I want to hear your thoughts. Love you guys. And are you sure you want to end your stream? Yes. Yes, I would.